all their accomplices must be brought before an international court and held accountable for 4 decades of crimes against humanity. The clerical rulers of Tehran are trying to drown the cries for liberty in blood. But no matter how many they hang, the people's yearning for freedom only grows stronger. And while this vile regime tightens its grip at home, it continues to deceive the world abroad. Once again, Tehran is engaged in endless nuclear talks. But let's be honest, these are not negotiations. They're delay tactics, designed to buy time and inch them closer to nuclear weapons capability. Every day of delay, every concession brings the world closer to a nuclear-armed theocracy. And that's not just a threat to the Iranian people. This is a regional and global threat to our peace and security. The international community must stop rewarding this regime for its lies. The only safe policy is strength and maximum pressure. Now let me address another danger, the illusion of false alternatives. Some seek to revive failed monarchies of the past. Reza Pahlavi presents himself as a future leader, but let's examine his so-called roadmap. His plan is a plan for dictatorship, dressed in modern slogans, centralized power in one man, no elections, no accountability. This is not democracy, it's dictatorship. The Iranian people have already rejected both the Shah and the mullahs. They will not go backward. They will not trade a turban for a crown. They threw out monarchy 46 years ago, and they will not resurrect it. The MEK has stood firm against both tyrannies, the Shah and the mullahs. It was the MEK that first exposed Tehran's secret nuclear weapons program. And without their courage, the world might never have known what the mullahs were up to. Those revelations led to international sanctions and pressure that the regime still fears today. And that's why the mullahs invest so much in demonizing the MEK, because they know this movement is their existential threat. And just last week in Brussels, tens of thousands of Iranians from across Europe gathered in a massive rally marking the MEK's 60th anniversary. And what stood out most was the sea of young people standing shoulder to shoulder with their parents and grandparents. And this is living proof that the resistance is not just alive, it has the backing of the Iranian people. And inside with Iran, the resistance units, brave young men and women affiliated with the MEK, are expanding their activities in every city. They're showing the regime their days are numbered. And I want to share something personal. I've had the privilege of meeting Mrs. Maryam Rajavi, the President-elect of the National Council of Resistance of Iran, or NCRI. Each time I come away deeply impressed by her unwavering commitment, her sacrifice, and her leadership. One thing that inspires me is her elevation of women into the highest ranks of the resistance. In a region where women are often marginalized, she has made them central to her fight for freedom. And I wholeheartedly support her 10-point plan for a democratic, secular, and non-nuclear republic in Iran.
Democracy, freedom, İtalyan Recep! Democracy, freedom, İtalyan Recep! Democracy, freedom, İtalyan Recep!
And justice. It's a roadmap to freedom, and it's an alternative that the world must rally behind. So let's be clear. The regime in Tehran is beyond reform. Its record is written in blood. Mass executions, terrorism abroad, nuclear deception, and 4 decades of tyranny. The solution is not appeasement. The solution is not war. The solution is the Iranian people and their organized resistance. Around the world to hold the regime accountable for crimes against humanity. It is time to demand a halt to the executions, especially for political prisoners. It is time to trigger snap-back sanctions on Tehran's nuclear program. And most of all, it is time to recognize the right of the Iranian people to overthrow this tyranny and establish a free, democratic, and secular Iran. Today is crystal clear. The Iranian people reject dictatorship, whether in black robes or crowns. They want freedom. They want democracy. They want a free Iran.
And religious freedom, served as ambassador at large for international religious freedom, and as senator, he championed the Iran Democracy Act and the Iran Democratic Transition Act. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome from Ambassador Sam Brownback.
Your strength, you've stayed with it, you've not given up hope, and now, to use a football term, we're in the red zone. It's time to push into victory. Push into victory. Remembering my old colleagues, Senator John McCain, Senator Joe Lieberman, who were solidly behind this cause and are from heaven now, saying freedom in Iran. Freedom in Iran. That's what they're saying. You showed the world what this regime in Iran is about. It's a terrorist regime. It's a nuclear weapons seeking regime. It's a regime of slavery and of shortages in Iran. This regime has done nothing for the people of Iran in 45 years. Nothing but misery for the people of Iran. What's improved in Iran in 45 years? What's gotten better? What has happened? It's nothing but gone down in that period of time. It is time to change the regime in Tehran. It's past time to change that regime in Tehran. And empty promises by the mullahs and the Ayatollah towards the world community. They've given empty promises. They've tried to beguile the world for years. They haven't met any of these promises. They've been nothing but suffering for the people of Iran. It's time for this regime to change, for there to be regime change in Tehran. Mrs. Rashmi leads a women's revolution in Iran. This is one of the first, if not the first, women-led revolution in world history. This is a great thing to see taking place. Move it forward. It's a youth-led movement. As I see all these young people in front of me here, this is a youth-led movement in Iran for change. They want a free, democratic Iran. Pick their own leaders. You know, I think it's been
okay. Can you tell us why it's important for you to be protesting today?
We're protesting to understand now definitely time for recognizing
freedom, we have a special tribute, a heartfelt musical performance dedicated to their enduring courage. Please join me in welcoming to the stage the beautiful voice of Helena and the violin of Kamal as they deliver a moving musical tribute to the Iranian people. Is a lifelong champion of human rights and equality. As former director of the White House Office of Public Liaison, she has been a powerful voice for the Iranian people, standing with the Iranian resistance and exposing the regime's misogynistic nature. Please help me in giving a warm welcome to Mrs. Linda Chavez.
Iranian Americans and Iranian diaspora from not just government. The country is also experiencing now a major drought, which the Ayatollahs seem incapable or uninterested in searching for ways to alleviate the people's suffering. The regime spends far more time